Hello everyone, I'm Ep25. Always with the hammer time.
Yep, and I'm Sandman99. You know what? I missed my calling. I should have been a singer.
Oh, whatever.
You think?
No. See, I gotta lock my mouse here. But yeah, I don't know. That always takes me off guard when you do that too. Because in every other series, we do the hello and hello thing, but we never do the hello and hello thing for this.
Hello there, happy?
God. Anyways, this time around, I need to go and I need to start walking down the River of Flame, basically. I think I remember that now.
Who are you going to hammer today?
Everything on the River of Flame, basically.
Oh.
So we need to go to the City of the Damned and walk down the entrance to the River of Flame. And this could take a while. We might even spend this whole episode today just hammering things in the River of Flame here.
Oh, okay.
Just because it's one of those types of areas and it tends to be very congested.
This is like a highway to somewhere else?
Yeah, it's a highway to Diablo.
Okay.
That's what you can think of it as, anyways.
Okay.
Flawless emeralds are good, because we can use those to upgrade more weapons. And we'll have to get an upgraded weapon for what's-his-nuts eventually. Okay, let's see if we can pull some of these things backwards again.
They're bugs.
Yeah, but we gotta kill them anyways. The big thing, though, is that they'll take up a lot of space and surround you. So you want to be careful not to get surrounded.
They brought your raid with you.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Lawn and garden.
Ah.
Wow, you're hurting there.
That's just because all my attacks do damage to me, right?
Yeah.
Alright, now that we're done with all these guys, then we can take out the things that spawn the little guys.
Wow.
Kind of like a repeat of Act 2 when we were in those tombs.
Yeah, and those other things spawned a bunch of little guys, right?
That's right. It's a big guy that spawns a bunch of little guys, and then you kill the little guys, and you gotta kill the big guys, and yeah. Or we'll hit that.
Well, these Mike and Ike candies are not bad, but boy, do they stick to my teeth. Wow.
Well, they are kind of like a jelly-type candy, right?
Yeah. But they're a really sticky jelly-type candy.
I don't know, I thought they were kind of almost like a jelly bean, almost.
Yeah, kind of. They're kind of like a little bit different kind of jelly bean.
Yeah, a little bit different texture. They're not quite as firm as a jelly bean, I think.
Jelly beans stick to my teeth really bad too, though.
Fair enough. We need dipshit here to cross the bridge.
Wow, those guys are fast.
Oh, that one must be part of a boss pack, but we still need dipshit to cross the bridge.
Oh.
Bridge. 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 Oh man, I wish I could issue commands. I wish I could issue commands.
Yes, this was in the days before you could actually issue commands to your follower, right?
Bridge. 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 Look at that. Look at how wonderful the bridge is. Isn't this bridge awesome? Look at how amazing this bridge is. Yeah, this guy's part of a boss pack of extra fast enemies.
Oh.
We'll want to be careful about that.
Yeah, speaking of...
Oh good, they're cursed too.
Giving instructions to followers, I'm really getting into playing Baldur's Gate 3 right now. But I'm experimenting. I'm still learning how to play the damn game, right? Because it just seems like if you are on top of things and you make the right choices and that kind of thing, it's not too bad.
Yep.
But if an encounter starts to go against you, then it's like it snowballs and it's like an avalanche, right? You know, like if an encounter starts to go against you, you're going to get killed, right?
Yep.
And it's like momentum almost. Because one thing goes wrong, and then another thing goes wrong, and then another and another kind of thing, right?
Yep.
And I'm just playing on normal difficulty, too, right? And I'm finding it to be pretty challenging.
The first two Baldur's Gate games were also pretty hard.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, I know. You'd be going through an area and things aren't too bad, and then suddenly you run into one random encounter that's like super tough, and your whole party dies, right? I don't know, I'll have to get back into that one again one of these days, too. I never ever did finish either of those.
Yeah, I didn't either, though it was mostly for lack of time.
Yeah, well,
at the time.
They're very time-consuming, right? Like, they're lengthy games. Like, I have no idea how many hours it would take to play through that game, either one of those games completely. But you're probably looking at the better part of 100 hours, I'll bet.
Oh, probably. And then there's always different decisions and different things that you can do and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Where I get caught up, though, is on the dialogue choices. I'm okay with the combat and the killing things and everything like that. It's always the story dialogue things that I get caught up on. I'm always terrible at those.
Yeah. And even though Baldur's Gate 3 was made by a different company, they appear to be still directly connected, because in Baldur's Gate 3, I found a book that had some stuff written down in it that actually referred to characters from the previous Baldur's Gate games, right?
Yeah, yeah.
In particular, the guy, I forget his name now, from Candlekeep, and who was the guardian of, I guess, the main character in one of the Baldur's Gate games, like the original ones.
Yeah, yep.
And that character, was mentioned. Wow, that's like wall-to-wall bugs everywhere.
Sure is.
So I thought that was interesting, that they still apparently kept, even though it's somewhat, small Easter egg, right? That you might not even find unless you're looking in the right place.
Well, if they are a contiguous story, though, right, it only makes sense.
Yeah.
All problems are getting solved. One hammering at a time.
Yep. Well, it only takes a couple of hits to kill one of those things.
Yo, we do like 3,300 points of damage at the max end now.
Yeah, that sounds a little different than in Baldur's Gate 3, where my trusty dagger +1 does like 5 to 8 or something like that, right?
Yep. Yo, I mean, like, the D&D numbers got a little bigger over the years, but they're still not anything like this. I'm just going to draw those guys back.
Yeah. Well, I think that this is, I don't know what edition this is, like 5th edition or something.
Yep.
But they did do a lot of rule changes. And, like they added a lot of things like proficiencies and that kind of thing that actually buff your abilities with things. Like if you have proficiency with a weapon, it doesn't just allow you to use the weapon without a penalty, it actually gives you some buffs too, right?
Yeah, I think I seem to remember that being introduced in earlier editions as well.
Whereas in the early editions, though, proficiency with a weapon, like if you tried to use a weapon that you were not proficient with, you suffered a debuff with it, right?
Yeah, but there were like optional mastery rules and things back then.
Yeah. I suppose that what they've done is the logical progression of things like weapon specialization and that kind of thing, right? Because, yeah, that's what you're thinking of possibly is weapon specialization. Because I'm actually pretty familiar with the 1st and 2nd edition rules, but I never played the 3rd edition.
Or anything beyond that, yeah.
Or anything beyond that. So some of this is a bit of a learning curve too, just because I do believe that it's kind of what helps if you know a little bit about how the pen and paper game works.
You know, they've really changed a lot back in the, like, from what it was back in the day, and then they started changing some things back, and then, like, I don't know where they are at now. So, but some of the editions are very, very different from what you might be used to.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I've gotten, for, say, 3rd edition, I never played the game, but I did have some PDF copies of, you know, like the books years after, you know, because I think that those books are 20 years out of date now, but, and I don't think I have them anymore because that laptop that I had them on died. But I did read some of that stuff, and it was pretty different. You know, like they reverse the progression of armor class so that, you know, like high armor classes is good and low armor classes is bad.
Because people can't do simple math.
Instead of vice versa, right? I mean, it still looked to me like it was a 20-sided dice-based combat system, but you know, like before, if you had like an armor class of 0, well, that was just about the best armor class you could get with non-magical armor and no protective devices, right?
Yep.
But now, it's like, and even the same thing in Baldur's Gate, right? You know, higher numbers for armor classes is better, right?
Yeah, well, they kind of went the opposite direction because people can't do math anymore.
I'm not even sure, to tell you the truth, how the dice roll thing and what kind of attack table or whatever you'd use, you know, to make it so that it's...
Oh, to make it go the positive way, you mean?
Yeah, like I'm wondering if instead of being a, you know, like a roll against a table, I'm wondering if it's a comparison between, you know, like your armor value as a defense and your attacker's attack skill or something, right? You know, like it could be like an opposing ability check kind of a thing.
I don't know, I don't think so now, but then again, I haven't looked at any of the new stuff in years either, so.
Well, like I said, I don't know how, you know, like if you had an armor class of 0, well, you know, like I can understand that every NPC and every character has a number based on their level that is required for them to hit a target that has armor class 0, right?
That's right, yep.
But I don't know what criteria or what the baseline is now, except that, you know, like if you're, you know, like I'm playing a rogue character and I started off with leather armor, which gave me armor class 11.
Yep.
And, you know, like I've gotten some magical padded armor now that gives me an armor class of 13 base.
I think the way it works is somebody who didn't have any advancement in level would have to roll like a 13 to hit you now, or something like that. I can't remember exactly how it works.
I don't know how exactly it works, but also they've even changed a lot of the armors because now things like scale armor or you know, that kind of thing are considered to be heavy armor.
Yep.
Whereas before, I mean, you know, like they were not categorized like that at all. Right? But now I guess even some character classes, you know, you have to have proficiency in that armor type in order to be able to properly make use of the armor even, right?
Yeah, I want to say that was introduced in 3.5, but I can't remember. 3 or 3.5, I can't remember.
Yeah. I mean, it's all very interesting ideas, and I don't think it's a terrible idea. The game seems to be pretty enjoyable to play anyway. I'm having a good time playing it, but I just don't understand how a lot of the rules work.
Yeah,
except in kind of a general way, right?
You'd probably have to grab the 5e books and read them in order to figure it out. And I think the basic book, you can find it online now. Like, on the official website, I think they have, like, a basic rule set that you can look at for things. But I don't know how much it covers or anything. Maybe enough for you to understand the video game, or maybe not. I don't know. I really don't know. Anyways, those maggots on the left there, they, are totally stuck in that corner. I can't get to them, and they can't get to me.
Oh, well.
I guess they're just gonna stay alive forever.
Yep, you just don't have an extension on your handle for your hammer, right?
Yeah, well, they can't even hit me either, so, you know. Oh yeah, I need to do this. I have so much crap in my inventory that, I mean, I can't even pick up scrolls anymore. I have 20 scrolls in this tome.
Because you've got too much baggage.
Yeah, I don't even know why I picked up that breastplate either. I think I just picked it up thinking, oh, well, I'll just pick this up and sell it, because we were just chatting away, and it's like, oh yeah, you know, I can sell that.
After a while, I find that these games, you start picking stuff up too, it's just a reflex, right?
Yep.
You know, like I know I tend to do it, even in the Baldur's Gate 3 game. One of the things I figured out is that they've actually reduced the economy a little bit. You know, like if you have you know, like 300 or 400 gold pieces in your inventory, that's actually quite a lot of money. Whereas in the old first and second edition games, I mean, that was not really, you know, all that much, right? You know, it's almost like you know, several hundred gold pieces in the Baldur's Gate 3 game is kind of like having several thousand gold pieces in the first and second edition games, right?
I see.
Yeah. If you know what I mean, like they've reduced the numbers of the economy.
You know, I think they really, like, they've redone the economy in almost every edition, at least to some degree. Like,
and that is actually, I think, a good development, because in those old edition games, I mean, you literally could not carry around enough money with you to, you know, like, purchase things and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because, of course, you had 10 coins was a pound kind of thing.
Yep.
And so if you carry around, you know, like 1,000 coins, well, you're carrying around 100 pounds worth of money, right?
I think the smith there is way outside the zone that he's supposed to be in. But that's okay. We'll just come along and start whacking him.
That's the smith there?
Yeah, or I guess the armor, whatever the fuck. It doesn't really matter. He's basically the smith, okay? We killed the smith already, I think, but he's basically the smith.
Oh, okay.
Just like the last smith we killed.
Oh.
Are there any corpses that I can absorb to get a little bit of... There. He can't even hit our guy.
Yeah.
Got lots of hit points, that's for damn sure, but he can't actually hit our hireling, so...
But anyway, yeah, like, from what I've seen...
I have to come back for that.
You know, like, to tell you the truth, when they originally switched from first edition rules to second edition, I wasn't all that impressed.
Yep.
You know, like, they didn't really improve the game playing experience any. All they did, basically, was they... codified a lot of things like house rules that people used anyway, right?
Yep.
You know, like ability score checks and that kind of thing. And they made a lot of characters' special abilities based on ability score checks, but these were things that, you know, like an experienced game referee would actually use anyway, even in the first edition games, right? But... you know, like they seem to have gotten a pretty good working system, at least in you know, by the time Baldur's Gate 3 came out.
Well, it's good that it's at least decent and working out for you. That you find it to be good and streamlined.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what, also, though, when you're playing one of those games on the computer, well, the computer looks after all the bookkeeping and all that kind of stuff for you, too, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But,
so it's kind of hard to judge exactly how one of those systems works.
But at least from what I've seen, when I compare it to the equivalent systems in the older games, I think that it's actually better in many ways, right?
Fair enough.
And you also have a lot more flexibility for, you know, character classes and all that kind of stuff too, right? Like you have more playing options, so they're not as rigid as they were in the old game.
I suppose one would have to sit down side by side and evaluate these things and see if they're, what is a cosmetic change versus what is like a proper systemic change.
Yeah. I don't know. Does anybody out there even still play the pen and paper games anymore?
Well, they still make them.
I don't know anybody that does.
And they still make dice for them, and I'm pretty sure in the city in which we live, they even still have like a Facebook group and a place that you can go to meet and do these things and all that, if you were so interested. But for me, I always saw it as something. If you're not going with your like high school buddies or whatever, then you know, if you don't get introduced into that kind of thing, then you never really engage with it unless you're like a super hardcore fan or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I had friends when I was younger that I played the game with, right? That enjoyed it. Even back in the late 70s, I had some friends that played the old original D&D game, right?
Yep.
Before the first edition game came out. It was like the original game that was first developed in the mid-1970s, right?
See, it's worth killing all these little guys, because not only will they keep hitting you if you try to kill the big guys anyways, but you can actually use them to get your life back, right?
Yeah. But, you know, like, life moves on and, you know, you all go your separate ways and don't have time for that kind of thing anymore and that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Wow, what's that?
We just put Mephisto's stone, which we didn't even have in our inventory, by the way, onto the Hellforge.
Wow, how'd you manage to do that?
I don't know. And now I'm trying to smash it.
Oh. There, you just smashed it.
Yep. So... Yay. Somebody want to explain that to me, how I just pulled a fucking soul stone out of my ass?
Well, maybe, you know, pulling it out of your ass is a portal back to your... storage chest in town, right?
Because remember, Kane gave us one for free too, and then we also have one right here.
Yeah.
In the stash, and I'm pretty sure we have another one in the stash somewhere, just randomly for no good reason.
Yeah, well, you know, they just were making sure that you could.
We've got so many fucking Mephisto soul stones, but we don't have the hammer to smash it with now.
You have duplicates.
Yeah. And it's just because I think what it is, it's like a failsafe. If you get here without having one, they give you one. Because there's no way you should technically be able to get here without having one.
Yeah. Maybe it's Mephisto's escape clause, right? So that he can live on. You can destroy this stone, but there's always going to be another one, or two, or three.
Or 10. Or some such.
Yeah. But anyway, apparently, Baldur's Gate 3 has been out for 5 years already.
Yeah,
I can't believe that.
Not
I didn't
like
think
super
it had
new
been,
now.
I didn't think that it had been that long, though.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, these things, time kind of flies too, right? When you're busy doing all kinds of other stuff, and we're pretty busy with the YouTube channel and whatnot.
Yeah, as I get older, time seems to go by faster, too.
Oh, the inventory management.
Yeah, but I guess, though, that game had probably been out for a couple of years already by the time I got it, too.
Yeah, I think so, because you've only had it for like 2 years, right? Maybe 3?
A couple, maybe 3 years, yeah.
I guess, too, for some of these things, it takes time for word of mouth for these things to even spread, right? Because, you know...
Actually, I happened to see a review of the game by Angry Joe, believe it or not. And Angry Joe gave it like an 8.5 out of 10 or something like that. Like, he and his buddies liked the game, right?
I see.
And said it was really good. So I figured, you know what? He hardly ever has anything good to say about anything, so... If he figures it's pretty good, then let's give it a chance, right? As I know, I didn't see his review for Madden 26, but for Madden 25 last year, he gave it like a 2 out of 10 or something like that, and only grudgingly, right? He didn't even want to give it that much.
Yeah, well, you know, I imagine it must be getting almost repetitive for him to review these shitty games over and over.
Yeah. Well, they did manage to do it pretty good, though. I remember he had his buddy, the other Joe, with him, and they were walking into the stadium, and that third guy that they have, you know, like doing some of the skits, stopped them because they apparently had that, you know, like team play where you could play co-op. And the guy stops him at the entrance and says, like, sorry, but your friend can't come with you. And he says, yeah, but he's on my team. And it's like, nope, because they were trying to get into like an online game, and apparently you couldn't play that game in co-op mode online, right?
Wow.
Like with other players. So
I don't know.
So the guy was there stopping them at the door, not letting them in because he you know, like that other, you know, there were too many of them.
I don't know. I'm assuming that was referring to like some kind of like thing where like they just don't allow like local co-op players to play with you online or something.
I don't know. I don't remember now. Something like that, yeah.
Outside of that, I do know that there were like schemes in the past where they had, or at least were thinking about like using a camera in the console to like count the number of people in the room for certain purposes.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. There was big controversy over that a number of years ago.
Wow. What if you don't have a camera on your computer?
Or on your console?
Or on your console.
Well, who knows? They might just lock you out of the software. You like throw like a piece of duct tape over top of it.
Like, do consoles even come with cameras?
Yeah, actually, I think Xboxes do.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, I don't know. I think it's in the front of the machine.
There's all sorts of rumors and controversy around Xbox right now, too.
I mean, when is there not?
Because, yeah, but literally it's sounding like, if you believe some of the rumors, that they may not even be staying in the console business anymore.
Well, it's not like they need to. I mean, you know,
yeah,
they...
You know, like they want to get rid of their consoles and just sell software, right?
I mean, they do have, like, the entire desktop market, basically.
Yeah.
And all consoles are basically PCs these days, too, like, hardware-wise.
But, you know, there's also been a lot of trouble over them increasing their, you know, like, subscription prices and that kind of thing. Because they apparently, you know, did a 50% price hike.
Holy fuck.
On their, I forget now what it's called, Xbox Game Pass or something like that.
Oh, yeah, their live subscription shit where you can, like, download and play games, but you don't own them kind of thing?
Yeah.
That's
well,
what that
I don't know
is.
if you even download them, but you just log in and you play them online, right?
Yeah, well, I think you download them, or they get like it's kind of like a download gaming streaming thing.
Yeah.
And that way you don't. I guess the idea is you don't have to spend all this money buying all these games that you're only ever going to play once and blah blah blah. But then it kind of creates this idea. Well, are games really something that are made to be played once and only once? right?
Well,
like, I know that you don't feel that way about certain games, and I certainly don't feel that way about certain games.
I don't play games that are only basically good to play once.
Yeah, because they're garbage, basically.
Because
they're fucking trash.
They're usually not any good to even be played once, because if they put that little effort into making them, right? You know, like, to me, it's got to have some kind of replay value where you can play the game over and over.
Yeah, and if the game is any good, then you're going to want to not only play it, but then, you know, like, maybe you'll want, like, you know, say, your other gamer buddies, if you have any contact with them, maybe you want to share it with them, like, by, you know, having them come over, look at your shit, maybe send them some screenshots, whatever else, have a discussion about it, check your stats in-game.
Yeah, like, I send the Sweater Vest Gamer screenshots of my Fallout 4 game all the time.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I send people screenshots of games that I'm playing all the time, too. Hell, I've sent them screenshots of this game before. Yeah. I've encountered funny situations, like you find a unique item, then you find a duplicate of the unique item somehow. That's always funny.
Yeah. I like to, and he actually sends me screenshots, too, every now and then. But, you know, like, we like to exchange screenshots of things like settlement building and that kind of thing, right? You know?
Yep.
Like stuff that we do when we're building settlements and stuff like that.
You know, there's all kinds of things that you'd have valid reasons to want to share various things with, and, you know, like, you might even not play a game for a couple years, but then somebody brings it up to you in conversation, so you boot up the game, and then you go take a look at what you were doing, and you're like, oh yeah, I was doing this, here, we were talking about this the other day, I'll take a screenshot of it and send it to you. Right? I've done that before.
Yeah.
Right? Because not everybody experiences the same game at the same time, too, so it can be useful to go back and look. And then maybe once you go back and look, maybe you feel like playing it again. Because you're like, oh yeah, I remember this was pretty fun. You know, maybe I should play through it again. Well, I can't believe that we actually reached this area in a timely fashion. I'm pretty sure it took me a whole fucking episode on normal difficulty to get here. But the resistance was, like, basically nothing this time around. I don't know what that was all about.
Surprising. So who's this?
Oh, this is this guy named Hadriel, who sits here in the middle of hell somehow, and no demons kill him somehow. Who's like, you know, you can go in, and you can, like, go kill Diablo, yeah? You got my permission. I'm like, I don't need your permission.
Yeah, I was gonna do it anyway, with or without you.
Yeah, why the fuck are you even here? Like, why are you standing here?
He's a unnecessary plot device.
He's an unnecessary plot device. It's just like, yeah, we got to get people acquainted with more angels and demons. We got, like, all these angels, but we never have them, they're always in the lore, but they never make an appearance. It's just like, yeah, I don't care. Me smash shit real good. It's about the extent of storytelling that I need.
The thing is that, you know, like, I never read any of the lore in this game, but in the original Diablo game, I did read most of the lore, and I don't remember the names of any of these, you know, like, super beings or whatever, right?
Yeah, that's because at least the ones that are here in fact, don't even show up.
I don't even remember most of the lore, to tell you the truth.
Well, that's because it wasn't really that important. It was mostly just like, you know, like...
it was a couple of paragraphs at most.
Yeah, a couple of paragraphs of dressing to be like, ooh, you know, I'm going into this labyrinth and it's got, like, all this crazy satanic shit in it, and I guess we'll just kill what's in the end.
Yeah.
Right?
Actually, that's one thing I think they could have done more of in Baldur's Gate 3, because you can find books in Baldur's Gate 3 to read, and they do give you a little bit of lore and the occasional Easter egg and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But there aren't very many of them. You know, like I so far, I mean, I haven't played a long ways through the game yet, but so far what I've seen is that doesn't seem to be much more than maybe about a dozen different books, right?
I wouldn't know. But you know, I'm really much more of a, you know, point me in direction, call me the good guy, and let me kill shit. And that's very much what these Diablo games were like. At least before they stopped making them.
After this one, right?
After this one, absolutely. You know, there was never a sequel to this game, and you'll never convince me otherwise.
Well, it's kind of like the Dragon Age thing, right? After Dragon Age Origin, any resemblance that the later editions of the game in that series were, any resemblance was purely coincidental, right?
Yeah. I mean, even this game, it's still quite a, I guess, a diversion from what the original was like.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I haven't played it, but I've been sitting here watching you play all this time, and it looks to me like it handles differently, and...
yeah, it's almost like a mass mob killing simulator.
Yeah.
It's kind of what it's like. Kind of like how Dino Crisis 2 is a dinosaur genocide simulator, while Dino Crisis 1 is a horror game.
Yeah.
But, I guess in this one, and it's much more like you step into a large pack of enemies and you take on multiple enemies at once kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, if we were playing a more conventional class that most other people would play, like sorcerers, you teleport into an area, you blast a bunch of shit, then you teleport to the next area, you blast a bunch of shit. And it's kind of like that, right? Whereas in Diablo 1 was very, very positional. And,
Well, and you also didn't allow yourself to be attacked by multiple enemies
you'd be dead
at once, because, yeah, exactly, you would die.
Yeah, you had to draw enemies into kill zones or draw them in the long lines.
You regularly get into tactical situations in this game where if you were in that same situation in Diablo 1,
you just die.
You would be dead.
Yep.
Because they've completely changed the balance of the game, right?
Yeah, they certainly have.
And we were talking about the change of how a game is balanced and designed earlier with the Baldur's Gate 3 thing and all that kind of stuff. Well, this game I don't think was changed necessarily for the better.
No, I still much prefer the original.
Yeah.
Especially, too, because, they took character classes. It's funny that, they made the character classes a lot more rigid in this game, and a lot more specialized.
Yeah.
Whereas in Diablo 1, it's like, yeah, a warrior's a warrior, he swings his sword really good, but if you put enough points into magic, he can learn spells, and even if he can never cast them super well, he can still at least cast every spell in the game if you can get his magic rating high enough.
Yeah.
Right? And the way that they attributed, like, class talents, basically, was, a warrior swings a sword the fastest, right? Like, a sorcerer might be able to equip every weapon if he has a high enough strength rating, but he'll never swing his weapon as fast as a warrior does, right? And a warrior might be able to learn every spell in the game, but he'll never cast them as fast as a sorcerer does, right?
Yeah.
So it was more of a proficiency kind of thing versus capability. And I like that a lot better, because, it kind of makes sense, right? If you were to, be in, a dungeon situation, and you ran into, a random magic tome, and you were smart enough to read it and understand it, then, why couldn't you just learn it just because you entered with a fucking short sword and buckler?
Yeah.
Right? Because when you're in the workplace, you don't just, randomly run into something else and be like, oh, no, it's not my job description, don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
Right? You just do what you have to do so that you can make your job easier.
Yeah, okay.
So it always kind of inclined me as it was almost kind of like an extension of that concept. Wow, not only have we made it through the fucking River of Flame, we're actually at the entrance to the fucking, Terror's Lair, whatever the fuck, Diablo place.
Oh, the Diablo place.
The Diablo place.
Is he the last boss?
No.
Oh.
He's the second last boss.
Oh.
Then
So
we
what-
have to go through Act 5.
So what are you doing now? You're just going to complete and clear this area or something?
Yeah, because I don't want any guys, like, possibly coming up behind me. And I don't think that they will, but, like, you never know. Because a lot of these guys are at least strong enough that they're not exactly great to engage with. So, if I can at least remove them, then if I have to run out here for whatever reason, I won't get, like, nuked when I run out of the fucking lair, right? Especially because some of these guys, like these ghost things that you see, they can fly, right?
Yeah.
So if I was trying to run away from something and then one of these things flies up behind me and blocks my path, that wouldn't exactly be good.
Yeah, they just, like, there's no obstacles for them. They don't have to follow the hallways and stuff, right?
That's the second one of these that we've found now.
Oh.
Totally useless. But
So-
we found another one.
But it's not a unique item, huh?
No, it's a set item. So, even though it's a named item, it's a set item, so you can find multiple of it. And I think you can even find multiple fucking unique items, too, to be honest.
Oh.
We just ended up getting hit by a fucking, like, little fucking lava thing that came out of the lava there.
A little fireball thing that dropped down from the ceiling.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
It didn't hit me very hard, but apparently it did still stun me. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. If I go this way, do you come? The real enemy here is getting this dumb motherfucker to navigate.
It's funny, but a lot of other newer games where you have followers, they still have pathing issues, and they have trouble following you sometimes.
Yeah, they never really did fix that kind of thing. Part of it, too, might be because they all use the same kind of pathfinding algorithms. Like, you can even look up, like, computer textbooks of pathfinding algorithms, right? And there's a couple of really common ones, or common variations of ones that tend to be used for computer programs. People who are somewhat familiar with what I'm talking about may be familiar with concepts such as A-star pathfinding and the greedy pathfinding algorithm variant of that and things like that, where, you know, the reason why they do this is because if you were to, like, sit down and calculate all possible paths for all possible places that a particular monster or NPC or whatever could go to, which was the original algorithm that was published, I think, by Dijkstra in I don't fucking know what year. He's an old guy, it's an old algorithm. He figured out how to calculate the all possible paths to all possible places kind of thing. You'd be sitting there wasting computer time forever and ever and ever, and nothing would ever run right. Which is why we use the abbreviated algorithm. But the abbreviated algorithm has the same problems as it's always had. And so you always end up with shitty pathfinding. And they, you know, you can tweak that algorithm and you can make different variations on it in order to try to improve it or whatever. But it's, at the end of the day, you know, it's still the same thing, right?
Yeah, actually, I don't know why.
Putting lipstick on a pig.
I don't know why game designers can't do it, because mod makers can. But, you know, like a lot of follower mods that I run, or even just mods, period, that aren't necessarily follower mods, like, for example,
Hail to you, champion.
I want to say the Fens Sheriff's Department, for example. Well, you have the ability to, no, maybe not with that one, but with a couple of other ones, you do have the ability to teleport your follower to you, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it was Skyrim I was thinking of, actually. There's a, you know, like their follower mod that you have, amazing follower tweaks. You can actually summon your follower if they get lost or stuck somewhere.
Well, it would be nice if that kind of thing was more commonplace.
Well, if a mod maker can make something like that, why can't they just build in? And that's for a mod that's, or for a game now that came out in when, like 2011 or something?
Well, and even if they're, like, concerned with it being abused in, like, multiplayer, just put a cooldown on it. Right?
Well, no, the whole point of it is that you use it because
Your fucking follower gets stuck.
Yeah, when you're walking up the mountain toward Hrothgar, there's that one hairpin turn where Lydia gets stuck and can't continue to follow you, right?
Yep.
Or sometimes followers just plain lose track of what you're doing. Like what I've done is I keep an eye on them, and if I notice that my follower isn't right behind me where they're supposed to be, if I turn around and retrace my steps, well, that follower's just standing in the middle of the road doing nothing.
Yeah, because there's a dead spot there.
Well, I don't know what it is, but they just basically stop moving, right? They stop following me.
Yeah.
And, you know, it would be nice and much more convenient if a follower gets lost, if you could just teleport them to you.
Buddy, are you going to engage those guys?
You're trying, but there.
Yeah, I really just want him to step out in front and engage those guys, so that I don't have to take the hits. But he's just walking around like he's retarded, so... I mean, he is retarded, but...
Yeah. Anyway, can we pause for a moment now that you're not intensely in something?
Alright, we shall pause. And we're back, and while we were paused, my hireling drew somebody off camera and ended up getting himself killed.
Uh-oh.
So now I gotta resurrect him, and I picked up this random piece of junk. 4-socket flamberge. Very fast attack rate, two-handed sword that doesn't do any damage. So it's not useful to us.
But anyway, I think that that's something that could be done to improve things a great deal, because you even have that issue sometimes with even a game like Baldur's Gate 3, which basically the whole premise of it is that you have followers, right?
Yep.
You know, like other members of your party. And
they get stuck?
Well, sometimes they can if you do weird things. Like, say, if you're playing with, like I play with a rogue character, and if I go into a stealth mode outside of combat and start walking around, it's like, you know, I don't know whether it's a bug or a feature, but basically all my other party members basically just stop moving while I'm doing that, right?
I mean, there are situations where you might want that, but...
Yeah, well, I'm not saying that it might not be something that I might not want, but half the time then, I'll sneak up and I'll think that they're following me, and then I'll realize that I've left them behind, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it wouldn't hurt to just have something in their ring menus that is, you know, basically, you know, like teleport in followers kind of thing, right? You know?
Ah, shit. We just had our guy teleport to us. That's going to make him totally useless for the rest of the episode now, because nothing's going to target him properly.
Oh.
And it's all because he decided he wanted to walk after this dumb motherfucker. Why did he do that?
Oh, I'll let him get killed, and then you can just resurrect him again. And...
I'm not sure if that would actually fix him, to be honest.
Oh.
You see, now everybody's going to attack us, and he's still, like, I don't know what it is about this hallway. He's just been stopping and pausing and being bad all around, man.
Well. Wow. Wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow, 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 whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, I think we're going to run back.
Huh.
We're going to run back there. We're not going to deal with that. So he's going to be fixed now anyways, so it's not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we need them targeting him instead of targeting us. Because he's a lot more heavily armored than we are. Now we got to run back from this point.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, you got a whole different selection of enemies now.
And these guys are way deadlier. And that fucking angel is in the way now. Seriously? Oh, fuck it. I'll just reset this again.
Yeah,
Get a different spawn.
Yeah.
Because I went to go and click and attack those guys, and I ended up, like, clicking on the angel. It's like, are you serious? Get the fuck out of the way, man.
Well, maybe they're not.
Oh my god, come onto the bridge, man. You don't need to stand in the corner. Come onto the bridge. There. He even hauled ass there. There. That's what I like to see. Wish I could get that behavior all the time. Okay, here come some guys. They're dangerous. Because they breathe fire, and the fire does damage over time, and even if you resist it, which our buddy there has 75% resistance to it, if they all hit him all at once, then it just does, like, overwhelming damage. Because it doesn't really scale, I guess, or something. I don't know how they decided to implement that kind of damage.
Well, now if you've got to fight your way all the way in there again, I'm guessing you're not going to get this done today.
We might not, honestly. But I was expecting the first area to take forever.
Yeah.
Although I do know the way in here now, and it didn't take me that long to get there. It just depends on what we run into, too. These Erdar guys are kind of annoying because they knock you back when they hit you, which means they'll hit the hireling, and then get knocked back, and then they'll retarget over to us, which is somewhat annoying. Well, it does give us more time to pick up super healing potions, I guess, if we were going for that. We weren't going for that, but if we were going for that. We're not encountering any of those flying guys, though.
Oh, well, probably all these other guys are what you're going to encounter instead, right?
Yep. Now we just gotta draw the hireling back to this bridge here and get him to stand in front. See, I wish I could give him a command that says, park your ass right there and stay.
Yeah. Well, they didn't quite have the follower logic that advanced when this game came out, right?
I mean, for some games, but not a game like this. Honestly, though, if they're gonna have poor follower logic, they might even want to go back to a system like what they had in the old, like, MS-DOS D&D games. Because then you didn't really have to worry about it, because you were just controlling everybody all the time anyways.
Yeah, well, that's turn-based, though, right? This is not.
True.
No, this is actually...
But even for something like Baldur's Gate, though,
yeah,
right?
This is probably something that was maybe even a prototype or a template for future action RPG games, right? You know?
This ended up being kind of like the model for this particular genre in industry, basically. Buddy's gonna die there. Buddy did die. Oh, and then we got knocked back away from the fucking town portal. So we gotta come over here, and then we gotta throw another town portal down. Actually, there's lots of buggy shit that town portals can do in this game, too. Or rather, knockback can do in this game, too. There's all kinds of really bad things that can happen, bugs and things that can happen if you get knocked back while doing a certain action or whatever. Whereas in the original game, you just lose armor durability every single time you get knocked back. Which is kind of annoying, but,
Well, you also lost armor durability every time you got hit, too, right?
Nope. It was a percentage-based chance thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you had I think, if you had nothing but a helmet on, you had a 75% chance to lose durability on your helmet or something, and I don't know, like, the exact percentages, so, you know, go look up Jarl's Guide for Diablo 1 and read through that, because it's the definitive source, but I think it was, like, a 75% chance to lose durability on your helmet if you had only a helmet on, a 50% chance to lose durability on your armor if you had only armor on, and then if you had both armor and a helmet on, it dropped respectively for both pieces of equipment. Which actually worked out that there was a chance that you might not take durability, like a greater chance that you might not take durability damage on either at all whatsoever when getting hit. And it was only when you get hit hard enough, I think, to... Well, no, that's not correct. I think it was even if you just get hit. I was thinking, like, oh, maybe it's only when you get hit stun. No, it's even when you get hit, I'm pretty sure.
Oh. Well, I wouldn't know. All I know is that any time I ever played that game, I wore armor and a helmet anyway because I always wanted to get the best possible protection, right?
Yo, the only time that would really come into play is either very early in the game when you don't have armor and a helmet yet, or if you somehow found yourself in some sort of terrible situation that you should never find yourself in because you're probably already dead now anyways, where you actually have your armor or your helmet break. And really, like, again, if you find yourself in that situation, you're probably already dead.
Yeah, well, like I said, I never found that to be an issue. And I never really thought about it because, like I said, I, always got the best available protection anyway, right?
Yeah, where you can get it. Of course, some of that, too, might come more into play if you were playing an Iron Man game where you don't go back to town.
Yeah, well, I never got to be an advanced enough player to play that way. I suppose that by your definition, I was probably more of a casual player, I suppose.
I mean, it's really just, because you know how we talk about replay value and things like that?
Yeah.
It's really one of those things that you do to add replay value, right? Kind of like your challenge run things that you do with Fallout 4, right?
Yeah.
It's like, well, can I beat Diablo and limit the number of times I go back to town? How about can I beat Diablo and never go back to town? And yes, you can. You can, in fact, beat the game without going back to town. That stupid fucking boss keeps burrowing deep into the ground, so I can't hit him. There we go, problem solved.
And you can't carry any more shit.
It's okay, I'm not concerned with picking up any of that junk, because it's all junk.
Well, that's one thing about it anyway. They have, in Diablo 3, they have an ability...
Oh, Baldur's Gate 3, you mean?
Or Baldur's Gate 3, sorry. They have you have the ability to send stuff straight to a storage chest in your camp. So you can always pick up loot. You don't have to leave anything behind if you don't want to. Because if you get to the point where you're almost over encumbered, well, then you can just send everything that you're carrying straight back to your camp. It's like having an unlimited container, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Although
an unlimited back pocket.
Yeah, although once you send stuff to your camp, of course, you don't have access to it again until you actually go to your camp, yeah. Right?
See, there's some weird variations, too, where enemies can spawn, because, like, these guys are actually supposed to spawn inside of the fucking Chaos Sanctuary here.
Oh, you finally made it back?
Yeah. But they're, like, spawning outside of the Chaos Sanctuary?
I
don't know. Just weird quirks.
And you're juggling fire around your head there?
Yeah, well, we've got, like, these fucking, that's just, like, the lava spewing out again. Ooh, look, small charm. But yeah, I don't know if we're actually going to go through the seals, and then Diablo's probably like a 20-minute fight.
Yes, and since you have other commitments today...
Yes, I do. So,
I don't have anything else to do, but I'm not the one playing this game.
Yes, that's true. But hey, you know what? We can at least see how far we can get. And then I'll probably kind of grind through off camera, depending on how far I get. Yeah, we gotta draw these guys back, because we gotta get them out to a point where we can choke them where they can't get behind us so bad. There are a lot of these guys.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm not gonna get any corpses off that, for some reason. Ah, rip buddy. Rip buddy. I walked away to try to steal some life off some of their corpses there, and I just didn't get any. One of those rare moments where you don't get any. Because I think we have like a... Is it 80%? Yeah, it's 85% chance now. So... But it's whatever. And then I might just, like, play through off-camera to whatever seal I get to, and then just, like, continue from there.
Well, or we can always just pick this up in the next episode, too. From where you stop.
Yeah.
After all, why,
Well, it's just a matter of, like, because, you know, remember how I told you about how the saving works in this game?
Yeah.
Everything respawns again? And actually, we got to see that in this episode, too, so...
Yeah, well, I mean, you know what? You can always battle your way back to the gates here again, and then...
I don't know, do we really want to put people through the River of Flame 3 times?
No. What you do is you save your game, and then obviously you'll have to...
battle back through the river again.
Off-camera, battle your way back through the river, but once you get to this point, you could, you know, continue on again, right?
I suppose. Do you think we should stop here, then?
Well, that's up to you. Like I said,
it's only about an hour.
You're the ones who has other commitments today, not me. So.
Yeah, true. Well, you know what? We made it inside the fucking Terror Sanctuary. I guess we've been fighting around in the entryway here.
Yeah.
So, but we didn't really get much far beyond that. You can actually see where the map ends. Well, maybe I'll just polish these guys up and we'll call it an episode. Yeah, these guys are pretty annoying anyways. They do a lot of damage. Ooh, thank you. You cursed me. Now we'll all take double damage. Perfect.
Ooh. Yeah, then you're gonna die right away here.
No, we're not gonna die. We're not in any risk of dying. Our buddy is in risk of dying, though, because he can't heal himself like we can. And when we've got this cold thing on top of us, we attack so slow. Hey, look, that one mage was bugged out and standing still there for a minute, just not doing anything. Okay. There. That's the end of these guys. And, you know, it's funny because we paused, like, I don't know, 10 minutes ago, and you had to go do something. And then, we came back and we were right here, so...
Yep.
Ah, well.
Well, very little progress made today.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, take a look at this. Like, if we scroll on that map there...
Yeah.
We started... way... back here. Right?
Okay, well...
So we basically, but the thing is too, is there were no wrong turns in this episode either. We basically took every correct path.
It looks like this map was actually pretty linear too, though, right?
Yeah, unlike some of the ones we've gotten.
Yeah. And you didn't actually run into... I guess this will be the no boss battle episode, hey?
Yeah, well, I just don't know how long it'll take to kill Diablo, so I don't want to run over the allowed time that I have today, because I do have to go and take care of another prior commitment. So, sorry guys, but I hope you enjoyed the episode.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yes, so...
It's always fun to watch you hammer.
Yes, all the hammering, all the time. We got to talk about a bunch of D&D stuff.
Yep. Yeah, we might even do that for the channel someday, too.
Yeah, well, I've been telling you for a while, I want to do those gold box games.
Yeah.
And I think I even managed to... print out and reassemble a reproduction manual.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate 1 and Baldur's Gate 2 might be good games to do for the channel too, and it would be like blind playthroughs. Right?
Just about, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at least for Baldur's Gate 1, I know a couple of tricks. Probably want to make use of those couple of tricks, because that game is pretty hard without them.
Yeah, I know. I got killed a lot in that one when I played it a little bit. I didn't get very far.
Well, very early on in the game, I guess I'll say this before we wrap up, because, you know, the viewers, the guys have been listening to D&D discussion. You can get, like, a magical throwing axe. And what you want to do, because it's a magical weapon, and it's a weapon +1, is you want to take it, and you want to not use it as a throwing axe, but you want to use it as, like, a hand axe.
Yeah.
And you just want to kill things with this fucking magical throwing axe +1, because you know what? It might not be much, but it's a +1 weapon that's an axe.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that makes it valuable. And you can hit everything with it and everything you need to do, and, you know, you don't have to worry about it then, right? So...
At least until you get some other +1 weapon that's better. Right?
That's right, that's right. But the +1 throwing axe is the earliest possible thing you can get there. It is like a guaranteed thing, so you really should use it and use it as your weapon there. That'll probably save you a lot in some of the early fights.
Yeah.
Because even if you're not facing things that are immune to normal weapons, you still benefit from that +1 to your attack rolls. But anyways, enough rambling. Until next time.
I'm Sandman99.
And I'm Ep25. Have a good one.